Good evening. Sven here from Common Sense Survival, and I still haven't got any new camera equipment, so I'm just trying to deal with this as best I can on my phone, and it won't let me switch back and forth anymore for some reason. So anyway, long story short, making char cloth this evening, and here I have my Altoids tin. And I don't have a hole poked in that. You really don't need to do that. It doesn't seal that well to where you have to put a hole in it, and it works just fine. And here's my end result with the material that I'm using. The material that I'm using is premium cotton rounds. They're just a cosmetic, but as you can see right there, 100% natural cotton, and that's what. And that's the key to making char cloth. I've got my flint and steel right there that I've forged out of a old rasp. This one here. I like a nice heavy steel. This old rasp was given to me from a friend of mine. Here's my stamp on it there. It's hard to see. But anyway, and here is a piece of English flint, and this is actually a flint from a muzzle loader. So if you're looking for a nice piece of flint, look up in your muzzle loader areas there and check out, see what kind of flint they have. They've got some really nice pieces, and I've found that they've lasted fairly well. So anyway, I've got about 5 or 6 pieces of the cotton round in my tin, and this works very well. So we close that up, and I have this coat hanger. As you can see, I've got it fashioned. See if I can do this one-handed. Okay, get in there. Oh. Time out. Look at that. Press the magic button. Okay, and this is how I do it. You see, I've got a coat hanger, got my handle here, and I have it so that it kind of holds it so that I can, it's raining out tonight, and then it's cold out. Not too cold, but anyway, I have a fire going in my wood stove. I was a little bit bored. So I said, I haven't made any char cloth for a while, so let's go see what we do here. Let's stick this in the fire. And as you can see, I've already made a couple of small batches. And you don't have to do a ton of this all at once, but it works very well. And the first thing I do whenever I make a batch of char cloth is I tore a piece off and made sure that it was going to take a good spark. Just because it says that it's 100% cotton doesn't always mean it's 100% cotton. And if it's not, it just doesn't work. So I did test it with my flint and steel. Worked very well. So let's go in the other room into the wood stove, and let's char up this batch of cotton here. So hang on, guys. Okay, it's kind of hard to see, but we've got our char cloth stuck in there, and as you can, I'll move it around a little bit so you can see it right there on a nice bed of coals. And we're just going to leave it there for a minute. It'll smoke up real good, and I've got the flue open so I don't smoke up the house too much. And then we'll turn it, and the smoke should catch on fire and all that kind of good stuff. And yeah, it's smoking pretty good. Just sitting right on that bed of coals there. You get it nice and hot, and char that cotton material. And we're going to give that a minute to cook. Try not to smoke the house up too much. There, you can see it kind of flare up there a little bit. Let's give her another Do another turn here. Kind of like cooking a hot dog. Just give that a minute. You really just want to let that, yeah, see I've got the door of the stove open, so I'm going to get some good flames going there. But we're just going to let that heat char that material in there. Do that. And as you can see, there it is. You see it's burning off. All the material is being burned off. Trying not to lose my tin in the fire here. And this is how I do it. So we're just going to let that cook for another minute. And when we pull it out, something very, very important is to let it cool. You don't want to open that and let that oxygen rush in there. I made that mistake years ago and caught a huge batch of char cloth. One little spark ignited and burned up all my char cloth. Almost burned the house down. So don't burn your house down. Key number one. Okay. Smoking's going pretty good there. Just gonna pull that back a little bit and watch the flames. And once that dies down, we'll pull that out and let it cool. So stay tuned. We'll be back. Okay, we've pulled it out of the fire. And here you can see my setup a little bit better. There's my handle. Just a little coat hanger type thing. Around the Altoids tin. Just something that you can slip into your fire. It's a little loose, but it holds onto it. And we're just going to leave it there for about, I don't know, 2-3 minutes. Let that cool off. And then we'll come back and take a look at it. And we'll check it out. Stay tuned. Okay, been a few minutes. Got a little preoccupied there with something else. But we're back. And I've taken it out of my little wire holder and cracked it open, and well, part of it did not get charred very well. Didn't stay in long enough. So as you can see, I'll have to put this batch back in and give it a little bit more. Now, it will work. But as you can see, this other batch I did here, much better. Both these other batches. I guess I got in a hurry. Anyway, I'll pause this and try it again. Okay, so I my char cloth was, you can still see the white cotton around the edges of it. So popped it back in the wood stove there, and there we have it. So that's how it's done. You know, and as long as it's 100% cotton, you're good to go. So I've got some, I don't know, about, let's see, about 15 or 16 pieces of some good char cloth here tonight. Not going to mess with it too much. It's getting kind of late. And, yeah, you just take a little bit of time, and I will take each one of these and wrap it. I always wrap mine in tin foil. Kind of like a little packet like that, just to help keep it dry. And then I always also have some tin foil in case I need to cook a squirrel or something, or whatever. Tin foil is like super handy. Put that back over there. So anyway, hey, Sven here from Common Sense Survival with a little tutorial on how to make char cloth. And I hope you can see me, because I'm just shooting this video on this cheap phone. One of these days maybe I'll have some real camera equipment. So I hope you found this a little bit interesting. I hope I didn't botch it too bad. And I hope you all have a good night. God bless America. God bless our vets. God bless Donald Trump. Give the guy a chance here. Anyway, I don't want to get this all political. Y'all have a good night. God bless America. Thanks again for watching. Sven here from Common Sense Survival. Later.